when we first launched the channel, we did a big series about the idea, this word, the heart, gets used a lot in the Old Testament, and there's not a lot of explanation of what that is in the modern Christian church, that we kind of use soul, spirit, heart, all these things kind of interchangeably like that. It just means something going on inside, and from the Hebrew wisdom culture, that's not at all what the heart means. The heart is the center connection point that has two major tasks. This is what connects to God, and then this is what governs this inner person, and it's the center of the inner life. And the Lev has many responsibilities, but personal development is one of them. And the idea of there being a personal will, a follow through, and a work ethic is a big part of the Lev's responsibilities. And this word is not used in this particular proverb, but one of the ones that comes up again and again and again in so many of the proverbs is this Hebrew word musar. And musar is this ability to discipline one's own self. It's a self-imposed discipline. And we see that this person, this Atzel, his character's on display. He doesn't have musar. His Lev is failing at this. And we don't want to do what he does. He's the bad example. And his unwillingness to finish tasks, what they call hiding his hand, this is this idea that he's pretending to try. The other thing of hiding his hand, that the second meaning is that he's actually withholding his actual ability, and he's being dishonest. He's simulating effort like a pantomime, and he wants it to look like work to the outside world, but it isn't. It's just a gesture. He's making a motion, and there's no intent behind it. And imitation means that there's a lack of seriousness, and it doesn't count if there's no follow through. So here the example is food and labor is this metaphor for other aspects of life. The Lev specifically, this is the part that we're always trying to develop further, is that the idea that everyone is a work in progress. And the Mishlei, they actually help us to diagnose what our own weaknesses are. So in the modern world, we have buzzwords like self-help and personal growth, but that's actually what the Proverbs are for. This is to help us to improve our own personal character. It's still the best guide that there is for this. And they're going to help us see where we're lacking. And most of us know where our blind spots in life are, and the Proverbs address them. So whether it's speech, relationships, conflict, finances, faith, emotional registry, morality, whatever it is. But if we're just aware of them and we don't work on them, we're the same as the man who's got his hand on the food but doesn't lift it to his mouth. We're only taking the initial step, which is acknowledgement and accountability, which, that's a good thing, that's where it has to start, but it's not complete until you are serious about addressing these flaws and do the actual hard work involved with them. You have to take the steps to improve yourself and work on the things that you fall short of. And in the Bible it tells us that we get a new heart. We get a heart of flesh, one that replaces this heart of stone. And we generally think of this idea that we become sensitive, and that is true, but it also means that we become responsive. And what it's saying is that the dullness of our own heart is removed, which will include stubbornness, it'll include laziness, and it means that you now have the ability and the power to take on this difficult task of training your own character. And this is this whole process of your life, once you begin again, is what they used to call the pilgrim's progress. And the idea of sanctification, which is these little small incremental improvements of developing a strong character and fully repenting of evil, stopping doing whatever the thing that you need to work on that the Mishlei help you identify as an area of weakness for you. And so in this particular proverb, the character flaw is laziness. And your battle's probably going to be something different, but the principle remains. It requires full measures, not half measures, to change it. And that's what we actually see in this proverb, is this is a person who does half measures. And you don't want to be the man who does the first step, but not the second. You know what the food is, your hand's on it. So now all you have to do, lift it to your mouth, start eating it.